Hello Virgo, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Cyril Marchetti. Website on the bottom is llewellyn.com. Feel free to check that out if you want to, of course. I believe usgamesinc.com is another website I've seen for Cyril recently, so if you want to check that out, feel free. Supportive Oracle Cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle Cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen Reisch Baskin. Website's on the bottom, or back, I should say. ToriHartman.com. ToriHartman.com. WatkinsPublishing.co.uk or WatkinsPublishing.com. Feel free to check out whatever you'd like if you're interested. All right. Well, we like your outcome. Actually, is there anything here that's not good? This might work for you. Hold on. Something, you have big ideas. Are you moving forward with them? I know that's the Ace of Wands, which usually talks about movement, but I don't know. Something here makes me wonder. Because I see like a lot of facets, a lot of things that need to be done. But I feel like you're putting together a plan. Libra, that's not Libra, what do you call that? Justice card, which can be Libra. The Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, Justice, and the Ace of Wands. I keep feeling like you're solving maybe solving, like you're putting a plan together. I feel like I'm stepping back. And I am taking action, but like I'm organizing what needs to happen. I feel like that's the action I'm doing. This might be the beginning. Well, aces are beginnings. I feel like I'm planning action. This is where you're standing. I'm getting it all together. I know what I want. I've known what I wanted for a while now, and now the opportunity is coming together. I feel like I'm being more self-sufficient. It's not that other people are not involved, but there's certain things where I want certain things already set up, already taken care of before other people add in. Because if I already have the base set, if I already got certain things put where I want them, and it's just you got to add on to them, it seems like this will go a lot smoother. So I feel like your plans, if this is going to hit, it's kind of like I'm organizing things. I'm taking care of a lot of this on my own, and I'm adding in other people later. I'm doing my best to make that happen anyway. Now, what is this? For Virgo, I feel like this is supportive energy that's waiting for you to tell it how to handle things. It's like, I feel like it's a person that says, however you want to do this, Virgo, that's what I'm going to do. Not that that's what you really want, but I feel like I see it for what it is. This is also an energy kind of like, if I set up a structure and tell them how I want it done, it'll probably get done that way. But if I leave it to them to figure out the little nuances, I don't know what's going to happen there, and I don't know if I like that. It's probably going to work out in a way that I really don't care for it. So I feel like that's another reason why you're setting the stage. But you're doing it more peacefully on your own. I feel like, I'm setting up the base, I'm setting everything where I want it, I'm getting everything started, and then I'm adding people in after, and I feel like this is the most comfortable way for me to do this. Is there anything, like, I feel like that's good, but the Moon card is your opposite. Sometimes it talks about Pisces, not always. But it's kind of like, sometimes it's like, it's not grounded enough in reality, in tangible reality for you, that sometimes it's uncomfortable, and it's kind of like, I don't know if there's really anything going on there. Two of Cups and the Tower card. Very, very supportive energy. Somebody who wants to help you, but you got to have the structure set up first. I do feel like there's a little bit of mystery around this person too. Like, they're not as, I don't know, they're not as caught up in the goal as you are. Wherever you want this to go, You're very centered on that. They're just kind of like, let's see how today goes. They're kind of one of those people. Like, let's see how today goes, and tomorrow's tomorrow. Very supportive energy, though. I feel like you do get along with this person. It's just they have shortcomings that really are very highlighted to you every now and then. But I feel like it's fine. I don't think there's anything negative here. There's a positive energy. The communication between you and this person is very good. In the, I want to say preliminary, before this starts, but when you're just trying to, decide where things are going to go and how you're going to start them, this person is good to help you brainstorm ideas. I feel like they're great for that. Brainstorming ideas, helping you find ideas, thoughts, creative ways to handle things. They're great for that. But it's up to you to implement it, set up the structure, put it where you want to, and then bring them back in later. So if you want to add this person in or consult them to like get ideas, like how would this work, or is this a good idea, or what do you how would you do this, to pick their brain how they would do it, or what type of thoughts they have in their head, I feel like they could give you a lot of things to think on, a lot of things to grow on. But then I would step back again, decide what you want to do, get it all set, get the base all going, then bring them back in, add them back in later. I feel like that would be more advantageous for you. There's these two cards together. See, if you're choosing to step away, I feel like that's easier. Otherwise, I'm wondering if people step back anyway. Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. You got that card out here too. They sometimes, it's kind of doing it on your own. That's how I see the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. This is the Cups one, right? Yep. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. I feel like that's doing it on your own. It's just which way are you doing it. Nine of Cups is being very happy, very comfortable. And I feel like I'm worried that people are going to be upset that I went ahead and did things and didn't add them in the beginning. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I feel like it's going to be fine. Other people have things going on. There's things going on around you when you're getting this set up. When you're doing what you're doing, other people have other things to handle. There's a lot going on. There's a bit of confusion is what I'm getting. I don't see the problem in using that to your advantage. But that forgiveness card, I have this weird feeling that there's somebody around this situation who's like maybe complaining, like, Virgo, you should have told me before you did that. Virgo, you should have asked me before you did that. Virgo, you should have this. Virgo, you should have that. I feel like that's not fair. I wouldn't get over caught up in that. If somebody says that to you, I would try to acknowledge it in the least amount of energy I could. So, like, if I could just kind of walk away and not respond to it and literally get away with that, I would probably recommend that. I don't know if that's really going to fly, but I wouldn't make it a big. I would try to like downplay it, or like I've seen people do this before. Like if it's a big meeting, if this is a business thing, just before it's time to end the meeting, acknowledge it at the very end, so there's not a lot of time, and then we have to end the. We're ending the meeting at the end anyway, so we don't give a lot of time for it anyway. I've seen people do that, or like if it's at the end of the day, or you're in the middle of something and you have to go. You have 5 minutes and you just acknowledge it in that 5 minutes, and you're like, oh, I gotta go, sorry. Don't let it draw out, because I feel like somebody's might, I don't know, they didn't get what they wanted, or it might not even be that they didn't get what they wanted. It could be somebody who just wants control, and the fact that you had control and they didn't might be what it's all about. It has nothing to do with what you actually did. What it has to do with is that you have control and they don't feel like they do. And they don't like that. That's literally the bottom line. So don't get too caught up in it. I wouldn't let that bother you if you can get around it. Because when things do implement in, you're going to find out it was a great plan. By doing it on your own, you were going to realize that was perfect. That set up this great. And everybody is going to be happy. There's a lot of work to be done, but I feel like the plan's already there. It's not like it's the hardest thing to do. Because you set up the structure, it's just building from the structure. It's not the hardest thing to do. I feel like even if it's a difficult job, the people involved in it know what to do, and the way you set it up, it's just kind of like, this is what has to happen next. This is what has to happen next. It's just right in line. That perfection card makes me feel like somebody might be a complainer. try not to play into that too much. If possible, keep them busy with something else. You know what I mean? Somebody might be a complainer. I'm getting with that perfection card, ironically. Don't let that, like, as long as they keep moving forward, don't let it bother you. Try to, like, disconnect from it. Every once in a great while, I think I mentioned Paul McKenna. He's a British author, How to Mend Your Broken Heart. It's geared towards romantic relationships, which every now and then somebody points out, and like, yes, it is. But you can take those exercises and you can apply them to non-romantic things. I've used it for business things many a times, where you just, somebody's a little bit too much and you just want to take your energy away from it and kind of like they're going to act like they're going to act, and I don't want to be bothered by it. Those exercises will desensitize you to people that you don't really want to bother you. So I highly recommend it, especially if people get under your skin and you just don't want them to get under your skin. I highly recommend trying those exercises. Give it like a week. Give it a week. Give those exercises like a week. You might be very happy. Because your outcome is the Lover's card with the instinct. The way you're doing it is perfect. If there's somebody complaining, I keep getting this complaining energy. See it for what it is. Hope you can use that book, or just disconnect from it. See them for who they are. That I feel like it's that same energy. Like somebody's mostly complaining, not because of how you're doing it, not because of what's getting done, but literally because they're not in control of it. That's literally why. If they had their way, they might have done it literally exactly the way you were doing it. But the fact that you have control, or at the very least they don't feel like they have control, they don't like it. This could also be, especially if this is a business thing, just to be argumentative. It doesn't have to be a business thing. This could be personal too. You're getting credit. They're seeing you get credit for doing something well, and they're jealous of that, and it bothers them to no end. So they're trying to find fault in what you did, so that they get to like be seen as like, oh, I'm finding what needs to be done. I'm telling them how it should have been done. So I'm getting more accolades than the Virgo who actually made it happen. It's a weird energy there. Just don't let it bother you, and if you can help it, it's them. It's who they are. I feel like people around this person kind of know what they're like, and if this is a business thing, because I keep going back to that, I feel like this person, because they complain so much, that might be literally why they don't get these opportunities, or maybe not that often, or maybe people are trying to phase them out because they just don't like them because of how they act and how they treat people. So it's like this person thinks that the way they're treating you and like showing all your faults, which they're not really, but they, in their mind they are, they think they're going to move ahead because of that, because they're showing how smart they are. They think that's what they're showing. What they're actually showing is what a PIA they are. And people are like, I don't want to work with that. I don't have to deal with that constantly. So it's kind of doubling back on them. If you can kind of emotionally disconnect from it and just move on without it bothering you, it serves you a lot better, because you are having a great outcome. Just, realize you're doing great. Whoever that one person is, hopefully that doesn't bother you too much, but life is life, All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.